Penguin Random House Audio presents Book, Line, and Sinker by Jenn McKinlay. Read for you by Allyson Ryan. Chapter 1.
Daisy Buchanan was an insipid, shallow, soulless woman, Violet LaRue declared. Jay should have found someone else. But he loved her, Nancy Peyton argued. Why? Violet asked. She shuddered. The woman was a horror.
She was old money, Lindsey Norris said. She was everything that the new money, like Jay Gatsby, aspired to be. It was lunchtime on Thursday at the Briar Creek Public Library, where the crafternoon group met every week to work on a craft, eat yummy food, and talk about their latest read. Per usual, Violet and Nancy were the first to arrive. Lindsey was the director of the library, and this group had been one of her ideas to boost the popularity of the library in town.
Buchanan was a bully. Remember when Daisy had that bruise? Nancy asked. What kind of man treats a woman like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've dated him. Well, men just like him at any rate, Beth Stanley said, as she waddled into the room. Beth was the children's librarian, and today she was dressed as a giant green caterpillar, the puffy underbelly of which seriously impeded her ability to walk. Dangling from one arm, she held a large basket of plastic fruit and foodstuffs. Lindsey lowered the sampler she was attempting to cross-stitch and studied Beth. "Don't tell me. Let me guess," she said. "Today you read Eric Carle's The Very Hungry Caterpillar." "What?" Mary Murphy exclaimed as she stepped over the tail end of Beth's costume to enter the room. "I thought we were reading F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby."
We are, Nancy said. Beth read the Caterpillar book to her story time crowd.
"Oh, phew, you had me worried there," Mary said, as she plopped into the chair beside Lindsey.
Well, you might want to take a gander at some of the picture books, Nancy said. Her look was sly. You know, if you and Ian ever decide to have some babies.
Mary tossed her long dark curls over her shoulder and sent Nancy a grin. "My husband is all the baby I can handle at the moment, thank you very much." Although things seem to be progressing nicely between Lindsey and Sully, so perhaps you'll have some luck there. Ouch! Lindsey jammed her thumb into her mouth, trying to ease the hurt from the round-tipped needle where it had jabbed her skin.
Interesting, Nancy said,
giving Lindsey a piercing look. "Food's here," Charlene LaRue announced, as she stepped into the room, bearing a tray of mini bagel sandwiches, paired with cucumber cups, stuffed with feta, and a carafe of lemonade. Like her mother, Violet, Charlene was a tall, beautiful black woman, with warm brown eyes and a smile that lit up the room. But while Violet had been a stage actress, Charlene was a local news anchor. Lindsey always marveled that she was able to balance her public life, be an exemplary wife and mother, and still make time for their crafternoon Thursdays. Nancy turned her attention away from Lindsey and tucked her cross-stitch needle into the corner of her canvas cloth. She leaned forward to help herself to the food on the tray Charlene was setting out on the table.
"How is Sully?" Violet asked. "I haven't seen him in ages."
Violet and Nancy were not only best friends, but also tag team buddies in the information-seeking game. Where one left off, the other stepped in. "Did you know that The Great Gatsby is considered the greatest American novel?" Lindsey asked. "There she goes, changing the subject," Beth said. She shimmied out of her caterpillar costume and hung it up on the coat rack. The static from the costume made her short, spiky black hair stand up on end, and she ran her fingers through it in a futile attempt to tame it. She grabbed her project bag from where she'd tucked it into her fruit basket and took the last remaining seat in the room. "I am not," Lindsey said. "I'm just keeping us on task. We're supposed to work on a craft while we discuss our latest book, which is The Great Gatsby," the rest of the ladies said together. "We know," Charlene said. "It's just that you've been dating Sully for a few months now, so we're curious. Can we assume it's going well?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?